Hey everyone, Sure Small Pets here. So I'm here to do a little bit of a rant video. Not a lot of a rant video, but a little bit. A lot of it has to do with people making excuses for their opinions on the living situation of their pets by giving them human emotions and attitudes. Plain and simple, guinea pigs are guinea pigs. They feel things differently than humans. I'm not saying they don't have emotions or express emotions, because that's obviously not something that is up for debate. What I'm saying is they don't express happiness and sadness and loneliness the way humans do. So trying to tell yourself that my guinea pig is happy alone, so why should I bother getting it a friend, is not a reason to not get your guinea pig a friend, because they are herd animals. If I have to hear one more time, yeah, my guinea pig's perfectly happy alone, how do you know? You can't talk to them. You can know your pet really well, and like I say all the time, that's the goal, right? It's to know your pet. And in knowing your pet, you have to know how to do what's best for them, because they depend on us for pretty much everything. So you have to kind of man up for yourself and understand that despite your wants or needs for only one guinea pig, their need is a friend, if not more. They lived in the wild for ages in groups. That's how they thrive. They feel safe in groups. They get security because they have somebody watching their back. Period. And you assigning it some kind of human emotion like happiness in solitude is not going to change that. As a pet owner, you want your guinea pig to feel safe, and a herd or a friend is going to do that. Lilo's laying down, Stitch is laying down, Gwen's eating out in the wide open. Phoenix has just passed out because that's what she does. But out in the wide open, and you don't get that with a guinea pig that doesn't feel safe, with a guinea pig that's not thriving. You want it to thrive. Don't focus on the human emotions that you want to attribute to it. Focus it on the realistic things, okay? You want your guinea pig to thrive. And that means more than just being. You want it to do well. So with that comes the feeling of safety. And guinea pigs being prey animals, that's a very difficult thing to achieve. And they aren't going to feel that by themselves. They have no one to reassure them. They've got no one to talk to and no one to warn. So remember that. This brings up the issue of spaying and neutering, which is one of the main reasons I'm making this video. I am sick to death of hearing people tell me that I am an abusive pet owner to Pleakley because I got her spayed to live with Ohana. People have called me selfish because I just did that to her so that I could keep Ohana. That's not true. The plan was to get her spayed before we had Ohana. But sudden panic. Okay, fair enough. There's so many people out there against spaying and neutering, particularly spaying, and it's getting kind of a toxic vibe around the internet, and people are saying that it's too risky, it's not worth the reward, like vets don't necessarily know what they're talking about, guinea pigs are special, blah, blah, blah. Guinea pigs are special, you're right, absolutely. However, that's why you need to get a good vet. There's a huge risk with anybody, human, animal, going under anesthetics. Always. There's always a risk. However, there's also a risk of a guinea pig living its entire life alone. Very big risk. Hey, baby. They aren't meant to live alone. They're herd animals. And if a way that you seem to have talked yourself out of getting them a partner is by getting on this anti-neutering, anti-spay train, get off the train at the next stop. Because, yeah, there's a risk. There's always a risk. You know what else there's a huge risk in? If you have a female guinea pig and she gets any kind of female, part problems, like uterine problems or ovarian problems, those really usually require surgery to fix. And you know when those happen? Later in life, when that becomes even riskier. I'm not saying go and spay every female you have, but I'm just saying there's a counter argument to everything. It's one less girl I have to worry about now in that regard. And that feels kind of good. Also great knowing that it was such an easy pair. Mixed sex pairs have such great success rates. It's also great if you have a pig that you can't operate on yourself. Like, for example, Robin Hood cannot be neutered. So it was super stressful finding him a boy. If we could have, back then, nobody was really spaying females yet. But if we could have, that would have been a great, I wish we'd had that option for him. Because it would have been great, although I'm glad because now we have LJ. But still, there are, of course, exceptions to pigs living on their own. I'm not going to say it's a be-all, end-all. Some of those examples are if you've got an older pig that, you know, just lost its cage mate. It's probably a stressful situation, and this comes again. You got to know your pet, if it would be worth trying to introduce it. Or if you've got a pig with chronic illness, or if you've got a pig with like stuff like arthritis that would make movement and chasing a risk, then I understand, obviously. One thing that isn't a good excuse, though, is saying, oh, you know, we tried them with a pig and it didn't work. They hate other pigs. It's not true. It just means those two pigs' personalities didn't clash. A lot of places will let you, you know, introduce a pig and make sure it works with the understanding that they'll take it back if it doesn't work out. So don't write them off like that just because one failed. Like, you don't get along with every person you know, do you? Look at that preciousness. Because I know I don't. So you gotta just keep trying. Just gotta try until you find the right fit. But yeah, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to say that before you judge somebody for having a spayed or neutered pig, think about it. Ask yourself if maybe the reason that you are coming up with these borderline attackish comments as to why someone has their pig, like risked their pig's life to live with another pig, that maybe you're running out of excuses as to why you don't have a second pig. And, you know, maybe it's time to change. And you know what? If you were against that and your opinion's changing, that's awesome. I change, I learn every day from people. I learn all the time. That's the way I love it. You know, I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm always learning how to be a better pet parent. That's my goal. It should be everybody's goal. You want to improve. So improve. Do more research, do more reading, ask more questions, get a vet or vet. I don't care. Ask me anything. I've got experience with mixed sex pairs, spaying, babies, accidental births, herds, male pairs. Ask away. I will not judge any question you ask me. But don't attack other people. Okay? That's all I want. I want that to stop because it's getting excessive and it's getting ridiculous. Not me. I can handle myself. But there are lots of young folks on YouTube, and I think a lot of the adults on here need to remember that. And we need to be a community and watch each other's backs. Okay? Hope this was enjoyable and not too long and babbly and made somewhat sense to people. But yeah, everyone take care. Bye-bye.